No matter how much information we consume, subconsciously we still believe we are inferior to whites. He quoted, "The tendency to ignore the Negro's contribution to American life and to strip him of his personhood is as old as the earliest history books and as contemporary as the morning's newspaper." He knew that if we continued to be denied information about our history and greatness, we could be taught an alternative history that keeps us oppressed and depressed, waiting to be saved by white Americans. He also understood that neither the Emancipation Proclamation or the Civil Rights Bill would put an end to white supremacy. To truly be free, we would have to claim our own liberation because our oppressors would not liberate us. Once we learn who we are and how great our blackness is, we become a formidable opponent to our oppressors. One basic challenge Dr. King spoke of was Black America's lack of any type of true power. Any positives that Black America created was either taken or destroyed by white America. Not only are we powerless, but we are voiceless. It is difficult to change our conditions if we don't have the platform to tell others the extent of our conditions. White America is consistently making destructive decisions for Black America. Dr. King states that true power is the ability to create social, political, and economic change. It forces your oppressors to submit to your demands. He understood that we must have power, but we also need leaders competent enough to seize power without compromise. If our leaders are only concerned with personal gains, most of us will continue to suffer, and only a false sense of power will exist amongst those leaders. Dr. King goes on to explain how love and power are depicted as opposites but are truly one and the same. He believed that love and power can coexist, and when they do coexist in a competent manner, we can have a society that sees equality as the norm. He quoted, "Power without love is reckless and abusive, and love without power is sentimental and anemic. Power at its best is love implementing the demands of justice, and justice at its best is power correcting anything that stands against love. With love, we can organize ourselves into a powerful people capable of controlling our own destinies, capable of protecting ourselves from our enemies, capable of gaining economic power, capable of gaining political power, and capable of building a progressive nation of Black people." Poverty is the presence of economic instability, and Black America is no stranger to poverty. Dr. King knew that we needed economic stability, but our greatest enemy was white supremacy. Because we lacked power and resources, our economic fate was in the hands of a government that was not in favor of Black America's economic progress. Our mission is to achieve economic stability. Once we achieve economic stability, we can have economic growth. With growth, we can be free from the clutches of poverty. To achieve economic stability, we must be able to create sustainable incomes. Sustainable incomes allows us the resources to enhance every facet of our lives. Dr. King spoke about how economic stability allows self-actualization to become more frequent among Black Americans. He concluded this section by criticizing the American government for its frivolous spending on endeavors considered more important than eliminating poverty, especially when they actually have the funds to eliminate poverty. Dr. King was committed to nonviolence, despite any criticism he faced. He was very brilliant in his defense of his nonviolent stance. He started by analyzing riots. He believed that rioters held a self-destructive nature. For those who believe that a riot will bring about the necessary change they desire, he asked one question: what concrete gains have been won as a result? He believed riots only brought about minimal results, incapable of improving the condition of Black America. He criticized the thoughts of using violence to overthrow the government. He understood that a government aligned with its military and other armed forces would not be defeated by people who are oppressed and lack access to proper resources. He next analyzed white America's allegiance to its government. He also knew that as long as white America believed in the idea of America, they will be an internal ally if Black America decided to overthrow the government. He took a realistic look at how Black people are not valued in America and knew that if we decided to use violence to change our conditions, we would not succeed. Dr. King cemented his nonviolent stance when he quoted, "For through violence you may murder a murderer, but you can't murder. Through violence you may murder a liar, but you can't establish truth. Through violence you may murder a hater, but you can't murder hate. Darkness cannot put out darkness. Only light can do that." He then ventured into questioning the unequal structure of America, asking how we can restructure a system with a built-in disadvantage. He asked, why are there 40 million poor people in the country so rich? He knew that capitalism partnered with racism would create rich people and poor people, and American capitalism needs to be changed. America sings the songs of equality, but inequality is truly what made America what it is today.